Cruiser runs it through for a behind. Carlton by 47. It's not the sort of start the Tigers would have wanted after the break.
From the kick in, the mark's taken by Tuck.
Play on the 50!
Chip to his skipper and Newman.
Well, Tuck and Delidio both single-figure numbers to this stage of the game. Nowhere near good enough for midfielders.
And Richard Tambling, he's only got 6.
Well, there's 3 quarters. Delidio, Tuck and Tambling, who just have to lift to give them any chance.
Jackson just bangs it up and hopes for the best. Almost a miracle mark to Richardson. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of structure going up forward for the Tigers. They're just banging it up there and hoping for the best. It's a sign of desperation. Delidio squares it to the hot spot, and that's a good mark. But again, it's just kick and hope, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, but this kid, Jack Riewoldt, I like him. He is courageous, and he will just keep his eyes on the footy. There's Richo, who almost takes the mark. And it goes back quickly with the Delidio hook left foot kick. And I do like Riewoldt. He is courageous, he's fearless, he's raw, but he's going to be a very good player.
Kick just the one behind so far. Shouldn't miss from here. I said shouldn't.
Well, he missed that shot for the game last season against St Kilda. I think I read recently that he said he's looking forward to moments like that in the future. Well, he's got a bit of improving to do because he's missed twice from set shots tonight, and that one was a relative sitter. Johnson doing just about all the kicking in tonight, and this time he gets it wrong.
3 goes.
Tigers free kick.
Play on.
They need a goal. Delidio gets himself into a hole. Foley not really effective tonight. And the Tigers just working it around for now. Richardson too far out to score. He'll try and cut the distance. Richo, magnificent. Oh, yes. And it finishes with a touch of Richardsonian tragedy as it fades and hits the post.
2 posters for Richo. Oh, did everything but go through. Cruiser to Simpson. Now Murphy, as the Blues work it forward with a chain of handballs. Scotland, Gibbs.
Mine!
Kicks in the cloak direction, but getting back. It's Matthew Richardson. Now Foley restarts things for the Tigers. His kicking's being poor tonight. Didn't quite hit the target, and Tambling. Play-on's the call. Carlton get it back. Another lost opportunity for Richmond. Hatley fed it out to Scotland.
Scotland's been pretty good quarters. He's missed a lot of the pre-season, but very experienced player to have across half-back.
Murphy, he's got Joseph riding shotgun, trying to lay the shepherd. And it works out in the end for Carlton. He pumps it long. 3-on-1 here. Provail outnumbered, and well, it's a mark free kick, whatever you like. Richardson's got it.
He's getting frustrated, Fev.
Oh, he kicks. Danger here. Simmons couldn't take the mark. Robinson snapping at his heels, did well. He's all wrapped up. He still won't give up, Robinson. He's a beauty.
He is an absolute beauty, Quarters. Just going to have a look.
That looked like a magnificent goal. All the way.
Hit the post, Richo.
Watch out, I'm bouncing here. Watch out behind me too.
Only Richo could do it.
Play on, knock.
Carlton attacking.
Play on side. Play on.
Robinson getting better as this game wears on. They say at Carlton they expected Robinson to go in the top 10 of the draft. They got him at 40. They didn't have a second round pick because they took Warnock from Fremantle with that pick. Here's Judd, and Judd drives it home for his second of the night. Carlton are massacring Richmond.
Jacobs doing the ruck work. That's his first game for the Blues.
Handball.
And you've got to take your hat off to Carlton, giving these youngsters opportunity on such a big stage. The temptation would have been to play older players with a bit of experience, but they've gone for the blokes who played well in the pre-season, and I think that's fantastic coaching.
And Robinson's had 5 tackles in the match too, which is a game high.
Play on.
Gibbs, a little soccer off the ground, back inside Carlton's attacking 50. Here's for Vola. Didn't quite keep it. in play. So throw it in Carlton's forward pocket. They lead by a whopping 51.
Commitment from both players there, Wolves. I want to ask you, Chris Judd's getting tagged by Daniel Jackson. He's absolutely destroying him, kicking goals, 16 disposals. Is it time just to give someone else a go? The tag's not working. Why not put Delidio on him?
Yep.
Give one of your young guns a chance. Is that what you do?
Oh, I think it's a good call because Delidio's struggling. Takes a bit of the heat off Delidio, who's being tagged himself.
Wiggins shoots at goal and kicks a point.
And just produces a fresh challenge for a player like Delidio or a Tuck. Neither of them have had a good first half. And, yeah, moves need to be made. You're 50 points behind and you've just got to throw caution to the wind now. I think the Richmond supporters will be absolutely frustrated at the skill level that they've witnessed from their team thus far.
That's the way, mate.
Newman going long, and McGuan doesn't let him down. That was a nice mark. Third in line. 2 or 3 minutes before half-time. The Tigers were still close enough, but really, the die's cast now. And they almost have to play for recovery in next week. Here's a chance for a score. They should get one. Morton knows how to kick a goal. In fact, he's kicked 4 for the night.
Mitch Morton, Quarters and Jack Riewoldt give them something to work with up forward. You know, we saw Richo go to the wing, play pretty much on the wing and pushing forward last year.
Just throw it away in the end.
And the Tigers have to persevere with these young fellas up forward. You know, Richo obviously at 34, he's not going to be there much longer.
Free kick going to Jacobs. And the ball ends up in the arms of Russell.
You love the ball being in the hands of Bryce Gibbs because 9 times out of 10 he puts it down the throat of a teammate.
The Blues looking to switch here. Jamison thought about it and then decided to go straight down the corridor. Direct play and a penetrating kick.
Oh,
What about that? Wiggins.
I'm not going to be happy until he kicks the goal. And that's what he's got to do because he's one of those players who excite you. He's played over 100 games for Carlton. He's been there for a long while. And that's brilliant. But he's got to kick the goal. He's got to finish off.
been pretty handy, Rob. He's had 14 disposals, 7 marks. I know where you're coming from. He needs to finish it, but I reckon he's a really solid player for them. His teammates love the way he works and he goes about it. Haven't seen him do that too often, but he has been very, very effective tonight, and he was last year as well.
Soared above 3 Tigers. Landed heavily. Can he finish it off with a goal?
Went as high as his wife, diving champion,
Yes.
Ludi Torquay. Landed a little more roughly.
So directly in front. 40 out.
I'll say no more.
Gee, it was a nice grab though.
He really improved last year, Simon Wiggins, and they obviously like him at Carlton. He is a very wholehearted footballer.
He's the sort of player that I reckon teammates like playing with. You know exactly what you get from him week in, week out.
I'd love to see him finish better. Big fist from Jacobs.
Yeah, and that's okay, Tim. Just do the basics for a big fella in your first game. No heroics. Got to make sure he doesn't get caught behind at these boundary throw-ins.
See who Chris Judd had helping him out there on the boundary. None other than dual Brownlow medalist Robert Harvey. There's Gibbs prizing it out of nowhere for the Blues. And almost collected again by Wiggins. He's got good hands. Be a ball up. So middle stages of the third term, the Tigers making no impression. Carlton lead by 47 points. They haven't had to be brilliant to do it. It's been a disappointing night so far for Richmond fans. Coming along with hope so high because of this man Cousins returning to league football, but he's given it up here. Wiggins, Cruiser, ran into a wall. Has Brown, the first game of the Ruckman, 18-year-old giant. White, Tigers eventually bring it away. Tuck to a one-on-one, and Johnson shunted Riewoldt under it. And the Tiger man takes the free and wants 50. Doesn't get it. Player with a bit of personality. Oh, Garlett, who's a player with a bit of stealth and speed. But Riewoldt gets it back. McMahon, Rains. Nice scything ball. Well done, Jamison. Improving defender. They like him at Carlton. Wait to Scotland. Dangerous transition here. Eddie Betts is lurking, and Eddie's running towards an open.